Hey guys, Jana here, welcome back. Today we're going to make a recipe using the seitan that we made the other day, remember? Click on the link, but only after this video because it's going to be 2 recipes in one. I'm going to teach you guys how to make the simplest and most delicious enchilada ever and a very amazing sauce. So let's get started. We start with regular olive oil, a little bit more than you normally would because we're going to fry some ingredients here, and it's going to be important if you have a little bit more oil because all the ingredients that I'm going to show you, they need to be submerged, is that right? Under the oil. So yes, oil is frying. We're going to add to the oil plain flour, a little bit of salt, chili powder, oregano, cayenne pepper, and paprika, and that's it. Everything on a pan. And then you mix it, and then you let it fry for about 30 seconds, a little bit more. We just want to remove the raw edge from the flour because it's going to cook along with the enchiladas in the oven. So be careful not to burn it. It's very easy to burn. All right, I think we're done now. At this point, we're going to add, and this is the only secret that this sauce has. It's very important. It's very, very crucial that you have a very good tomato sauce to add to it. Go to the store and get the most amazing quality tomatoes you can get your hands on. Yes, of course you can have use fresh tomatoes. No problem about that. Just peel them, see them, and chop them very finely. So yes, that's important, actually, very, very important. No adding sugar to break the acidity. This is a whole bunch of BS because that's not how you break acidity in the food at all. So once everything is together in the skillet, what you do is that you lower your flame, you lower the heat to medium-low, preferably lower, and let it cook for 15-20 minutes. And this is it. If you are going to use the sauce to make enchiladas like we are going to, no need to cool it, nothing, just use it. But you can store it in jars and put it in your freezer, or you can give them to people as a present because you can use it in a whole array of different dishes. All right, and this is it. Now we're going to wait for it to cook, and then we're going to start with our enchiladas. All right, our sauce is ready. I'm going to use half of it, and the other half I'm going to store it in this very pretty jar. And okay, for the enchilada filling, what do you use? Whatever you have in your fridge. Of course, it's nice to add a Mexican vibe to it by adding jalapenos and green peppers or red peppers. It's important because it's a Mexican dish. What I have here is champignons. I have half a can that I used the other day, so I didn't want it to go to waste. I hate waste, so I'm going to use that chopped very finely so it will fit better inside the enchilada. And then I have some red peppers, green peppers, the seitan that we made the other day. Chop it very, very finely. You can ground it even in a food processor. I had just a little bit, so I didn't want to bother putting in the blade and then all that things. And onions and a little bit of jalapenos because I want a little bit of heat in the enchilada, and that's it. So come on, if you have beans, you can add beans. If you have leftover rice, you can add leftover rice. I mean, use your imagination, your creativity. It's your enchilada. This is again the starter point, and from here on you create your own. So what we're going to do is a little bit of oil or zero. You can make that without oil at all. You can use water. I have been cooking a few meals for some vegan athletes, and I have stopped using oil at all. And it's a very nice thing because we are very conditioned to use to use oil all the time. Sometimes you don't need to. You just use a little bit of water. The result is 90% similar. I'm not going to say that it's the same, but it's similar. And I think it's worth once in a while, since you use so much oil in the sauce. I mean, let's balance it out. So what we have, can you hear the dogs barking? They have been crazy. They're mute. They never bark. I turn the camera on and this is it. Well, we're going to have the company of the lovely neighbor's dog. Here we have the oil. Yeah, it's pretty hot. Then we add the onions. Medium heat. Don't let them burn. I want them light golden. The reason is because this is a vegetable dish and I want the vegetables to speak for themselves. Now we add our beautiful seitan. Guys, the seitan was a success. I cooked a dinner the other day for a few clients. And then I made these, coincidentally, I made Mexican food. And it was a success. None of them were vegans. They were kind enough they wanted to try. So it was an adventure, both for them and for myself, because I always enjoy cooking for non-vegans. I love their input on the food and their opinions, and it's very nice. But the seitan was a hit, I'm telling you. It's not because I said in the other video, I fooled so many people using seitan. Yes, I have, but in a good way. Because the texture, it's so similar to real meat. And they get so impressed. And it's such a good feedback. So yeah, seitan. I have this love story with seitan. I know it's a treat. You can't have that all the time. Because it's a little bit high in calories. Not in fat, mind you, in calories. Those are two distinct things. So, yeah, but we have this saying that we are in a cult, a seitanic cult. It's the sweetest thing. And then you add the champignons. You can already add the other ingredients. In this case, we're going to add the jalapenos and the yellow and the green and a little bit of the red peppers. All right, 5 minutes more and then they're gonna be ready to make the enchiladas. For this one, we need them to be a little bit more cool because you're gonna have to touch the enchilada. Even if the filling is too hot, we're gonna end up by burning yourself, so not a good thing. So I'm gonna get those baby out and then we're going to roll our enchiladas. I'll be back. All right, guys, our filling is completely cooled down. We can work with it now. I just left it resting for 30 minutes and we are good to go. We have our tortilla here and I'm not going to even bother warming them up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of the sauce to the dish that we're going to cook the enchilada. What we do now is we take a little bit of the sauce, spread it on the tortilla, and then you add your filling, and then you add a little bit of the cheese or a lot of the cheese, but be careful because you're gonna have to be able to close the tortillas. And if you add too much of the filling, it's going to be impossible. They're going to open, it's not going to be nice. So you place it upside down. One more time, a little bit of the sauce, just to moisten the tortillas. A little bit of the filling. There you go. And some cheese. Close it. And add to the plate. And you're going to repeat this process until you have all the tortillas gone or until it fits in your plate. After you finish with your tortillas in the plate, then you have a little bit of leftovers, you just place it on top, like I'm going to do now. So the sauce now to complete. Yes, like that. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the filling. Maybe I'm gonna put everything, it's just a little bit, yeah. I'm gonna add the rest of it. And cheese, plenty of cheese. See, that's beautiful. I have been using the diet cheese lately. I'm in love with it. I finally found it here. So yes, and our enchilada is ready to go to the oven. It's gonna be in the oven for 35 minutes, 40 minutes in 180 degrees, 350 Fahrenheit, or until the cheese is melted, because everything we have in here, it's already cooked. So yes, you just leave it there for this period, and we're going to come back to taste this little baby. I'll be back. And we are back. Our enchilada is ready. This house smells like Mexico. And of course I'm going to try. You know me, I need to eat the food that I make. Come on, come in, mama. Oh my God, it's so hot. Sorry. This is fantastic. It's to die for. My God, it is so good. You have to make it. It's a treat. It's a rich dish. By no means I'm saying that it's lean, but it is so tasty, and you gotta make it once in a while. You have to treat yourself. I'll be back next week. I won't be late, I promise. I had a lot of work this week, which is a very good thing, but I will be here with you sooner or later. I wish you guys a wonderful week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I see you next time. Bye.